Hi, it's Brenda Lainoff here of Healing Healers Health and Business. So, welcome. My Facebook Live or my Facebook group is Healing Healers Health and Business and Healing Healers Pathogenics. So, hey, welcome, you guys. I appreciate you popping in on my Facebook Live. And you're going to see chat on the side, and please um, pop in and say hello and yes, and where you're from. And looking forward to this call today. So thank you for popping in. So if anybody was wondering, I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We're experiencing right now phenomenal autumn. We're just like a little bit of shock. It's very unusual, and I'm not complaining. So for this time of the year, I think we were up like 28 Celsius, like October the 4th, which is like really, really interesting. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, hi Shali from Ventura, California. And anyone here, please pop in and just say where you're from, and Jo from Kansas City, Missouri. So hey, you guys, welcome. So before we get going, and I just want to give you a little bit of background, if you don't mind, for just a minute. So I thank you for popping in again, and I'm going to be intuiting what may be holding you back. Maybe it's your health or your, mentally, your mindset. So depending what's coming up here on chat, on the current, events and energies, I'm going to be choosing from the requests in the chat to see who to spotlight. So just for a moment, if you don't mind, just going to give you a little bit of background. I worked in the corporate world for 3 decades, and in that time, I struggled with many health issues, and it affected my work, my relationships, my life. On disability several times, multitude of surgeries, and 3 near-death experiences. It was my initial first near-death experience in 2008 when I had a cardiac arrest. And they were just shocked that I survived. And the other 2 remaining near-death experiences, once again, shocked I survived. So I'm here, and I'm here to do what I love to do, and that's helping people and making us courageous, making us strong and powerful. It's so important to support one another in these really, and especially in these times, like, don't you think? Like it's so important. So before we begin, I firstly want to raise our energy. So I work with many, many modalities, and I've been trained for the last 20 years in just so many areas. So it's a combination of things that I do. And I firstly want to raise our vibration, because what I'm testing right now for the life force energy right now in this group, I'm getting about 55%. So I'm muscle testing that right now our life force energy is not at the highest, and we need to boost it. So let's just go ahead and do that and do some balancing. So what we want to do here, I'll be doing this now, as I've mentioned, work with many, many ways. I want to align our spirit to the physical body 100%, making sure our spirit's back in the body 100%. I want to be strengthening that communication between spirit and the body, and the body and the spirit. We need communication both ways. I want to reset the spiritual heart energetically now. And the communication between the spiritual and the physical body. Communication between the heart and the brain. Let's do that now. It's so important to work with the brain. So you want to make sure that everything is communicating the left to the right side, the right to the left, the front to the back to the front, inner to outer, and in between. Let's just balancing the brain now. Let's reset our 7 major chakras energetically, starting with the crown chakra, working down, resetting all the chakras. And we want those chakras to communicate with one another as well. Resetting all the chakras. We're going to be resetting our governing meridian, our central meridian now. And as I'm doing this, I'm also throwing energy to the midline of your back, working through all the meridians. We're resetting the magnetic field energetically and the energy field energetically. So again, welcome. As mentioned, with personally all the things that happen with me, sometimes it takes like a huge hit by the universe, and it just like, okay, I'm listening. I'm going to final listen to what is it that you want me to do. And maybe you're going through that too. Like, you just sometimes need to just get a big jolt by the universe. And believe me, you don't want it as severe as what I went through. But I guess that's my soul needed that. And we all have our paths. Everybody's different. So I just want to say, oh, and we have Donna Lee from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And again, Jo from Missouri, Shali, Alexandra from Poland, and Kimberly from the US. So I can't remember, Kimberly, what state you're in. So yeah, hi, you guys, welcome. So, I feel like for all of us, our energies can get really, really drained. And how could it not? Look at what we're dealing with on every single level. Being drained by the fact we're not getting that pure energy in our food, that we're being assaulted, I believe, by what the pollutants that are in the air, whether that's chemtrails, if you believe it or don't believe it. There is a lot of toxicity in the air. It can be in our water. We are being bombarded, and it's tough. It's really tough. But what the great thing is that having the awareness and acknowledging that it's for real, that all of these areas are affecting us. If it's the pharmaceutical drugs, if it's over the counter medication, if it's in our water and our food. I mean, there's so many levels. So again, that can drain our energy. And so what I'm going to go to is some of my work is spread out all over, and just knowing that there's so many areas that we can look at. It could be pathogens. It could be, oh, there's some past life trauma that's affecting us right now, and we have no idea what it is. Well, I'm going to be all over the place here, and I just listen to what I'm being guided. I listen to that inner voice, as we all, of course, need to do ultimately. And not that I do all the time, but I try to be conscious of that more and more, as we need to. We need to be very clear on our inner compass, where we're being guided, and who do we listen to? How do you decipher what's the truth? And you know what? We know what the truth is. So when we're listening to the news, or someone's, this is their point of view, and we're having to decipher all this information just coming in like crazy, and we have to decide what is that truth for us. because it's up to us. We have to do it. It's not like giving our power away. We got to give our power away because they tell us what to do. No, power is here. Power is here with God. So, with who creator, who you resonate with. So, and hi, Michelle from Calgary. So, again, all right, so let's just begin here. And please type in what it is that you want to look at. And I'm just going to, be guided to where I feel guided to. So, Shelly, I know we had commented here, I believe like it was like yesterday. And when I'm checking with your edema in your feet, so right away, I'm just going to break it down to where I get guided to. And I'm not getting that it's on a physical level right away. I'm just going to tell you that, even though you might say, well, of course it's on a physical level, but I'm being told, no, it's not. So let's just see where we go to, and I'm just going to see what could be. It's like, again, what's draining your energy. So when I check on where I'm being guided, is to that right now. Being around low vibrational people is draining your energy. Now, I don't know if that resonates for you or not, but of course, if we are around other people that that are at a low vibration, our energy is going to be dragged down. It really does totally make sense. So this is what I'm getting for you, Shelley, and I'm actually getting guided to a particular person, and you may know who that is. And I want to ask, we're just asking for assistance here for Shelley, and I'm asking, is there something between you and this other person that has been carried in for time? Yeah, I'm getting between, Shali, that you and this other person, you're going back, a long, long ways. I don't know if you're open to, I mean, beyond Earth, but to the galactic, the universe is really coming up strong for me between you and this person. So you go back many, many, many times, and it's almost like it's like having to complete a cycle, and it was between you and this person. I'm getting that this person was very much an authoritative level. Like he I'm going to say, was the ruler of the roost. Does that sound? Yeah. Like he was like top dog. He was the ruler of the roost. Those are the words that I heard. So you do as I say, basically, because he was the one, in a big authoritative figure, and has been for many, many times. In fact, even going through to the Atlantis times. So it's almost like what I'm sensing, that there's still memory for you at Atlantis, is what I'm hearing. So there's still some memory there of the Atlantis times. And maybe that's where I'm getting guided to, that fluid within, the edema within your ankles as well. Oh, that's interesting. So it's almost like it's coming up now to look at. And it's like we need to clear that memory of being ruled, being like that overtaken, that authority figure, or more than one authority figure. And it's really been holding you down, weighing you down. So what we want to do is ask for assistance here. So Shali, if you can just comment, um, how how strong that is, the edema, for you, and like how how much it's affecting you 10 out of 10. Well, I'm getting actually right 10 right now. Anyways, we're going to go through a process. So if anybody else here or in the replay is feeling like they've also been held back from the past, from past figures, and that's holding them back now because they had to listen to the authority figures, which I'm not very good at actually. But anyways, having to listen to, or else, it's going to hold you down. So we're going to be asking for assistance from Creator for all those times and places where you've been held down, held back, all those authority figures, and where you're holding those memories within your body, within any parts of your body that's weighing you down. We're going to be asking to please, we want you to connect to all those times and places and where you have fused to those people. So anywhere where you have fused, so direct connection to those authoritative figures, where you have fused to them as being an authoritative figure. So we're asking Creator to please go through and defuse, detangle right now. Want to detangle and defuse from all of those authoritative figures weighing you down. It's like you're not able to breathe, not able to leap. You want to be able to leap. You lighten the legs, lighten the feet. To leap. Ashesate bokoya nanaya. Abakasa shia datai bokoya nanaya. So yet but mananaya hoyets. So now what we want to do is open up more energy so that we can clear away this density from being held down, density from these authoritative figures. Just opening up space so more information comes in, feeling lighter, brighter. Okay. So, Shali, if you just want to, type in comments how you're doing. Or if anybody else has noticed any, sensations, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. For me, I get tingling in my head, and that's just the way it is. Or maybe you yawn, or it really varies. So just go ahead if anybody's filling in comments, and just comment how you're doing. And if you're noticing any shifts, just mentally, you may not notice right away the edema on your legs, but I'm sensing in time that you will, Shali. So when we meet in our one-to-one session, I'm going to say, let's continue down that path, because I think that's very good. So, okay. So Alexandra is, okay, I'm just going to repeat what she's typing here. As you know, I'm on the parasite cleanse for a while now. and still have some bad days with the die off, which is really impacting my daily life. And homeopath says this could continue for 3 more months. Oh, that's awful. To be feeling crappy for 3 more months is really is not fun. So I really feel for you there. Okay, so let's just see for you, Alexandra, what's coming up. And I'm just asking if there's anything blocking you from um, more, as to feeling this detox. There's something else that could be, there's something else that's affecting the detox. And what I'm getting here for you is just, I'm hearing words, worldly events. It's like really being impacted by what's going on in the world right now at this moment. Of course, it's just nutty. So this almost is like, I feel like you're also taking on the die off of the world, if that makes any sense. But this is what I'm hearing. It's like you're taking on, also on behalf of the collective, their die off. Let me know if that resonates for you. But this is what's coming to me. So, yeah. So, what we want to do is that sometimes we just take on so much because we feel it's our job, it's our responsibility, because we do healing work, that we got to save the whole world. Well, we need to save ourselves firstly, just as you've heard 1,000 times about being on the plane, starts to go down, they drop the airbag, and you got to save yourself first. You need to save yourself first. And this is coming through loud and clear for me to pass on to you. So, yeah, I'm getting a lot of tingling in my head when I say that. Maybe that's a message for me as well. Is that, Brenda? Whoa, I can really feel that. Save yourself. And, I can be guilty as that too. I'm not guilty, but you just want to help out because you just enjoy doing. That's part of who we are. And sometimes it's really difficult to differentiate. Okay, I just got to work on me, not be worrying about anybody else. But I feel like you're really picking up on the collective die off. This is what I'm hearing. Okay. So what we want to do is just strengthen you to being strong, to taking care of yourself. You are number one priority, not anyone else. That might sound selfish, but it's selfish not to take care of yourself. And this is a hard one. It's been a hard one for me to learn in my later years, is that if I don't take care of me, how do I take care of anybody else? So let's just strengthen you now, sending energy to the midline of your back, to taking care of yourself. And for everybody here, we need to take care of ourselves firstly, and then we can help the sinking ship. Then we can help, our family members, clients, etc. So let's just strengthen you now. And what I want to do is delete, eliminating, remove anywhere you've taken any on vows, contracts, agreements that I have to be responsible, or that you are responsible of helping to heal humanity and their die off, because we're going through these such major shifts, as we all know. And there's the people in this world right now who have maybe at some level decided they are not going to be moving further ahead in life, that caught in the fear. And then there's others who are just like, no darn way am I going to get caught up in that collective fear, or that propaganda being sent out by the government to keep my energies down. So you just want to be like a rebel. We need to be rebels. So yeah, let's just go ahead and delete any vows again, contracts, agreements, oaths, and where you have taking this on at some level. Maybe he keeps it reattaching, like maybe it's the cord that goes, oh no, you still have a contract. We still got to you still have to take care of things. Well, not at this point in time. It's important your energy is high and strong. So let's just go ahead and do that now. Speaking your truth, shishikakai, a sonono hayapokoi, a shiti aka anana na 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 yapokoya. So we're cutting. It's like, universe, cut all those cords. They're not serving Alexandra. They're probably not serving any of this right now. We need to take care of us for now and in the future. Let's just go ahead and severing, and not in anger. Oh, I'm going to cut those cords. No, it's in love and compassion, really. Compassion and love for ourselves so that we can be in that position. So just cutting those cords now. Just commanding. And I get tough at times. Just know I command. And now what we want to do is just sending love to the collective. So we want to sever those cords that could reattach. And we just want to send love, just like sending love to the collective. Just sending that love. And it's going to be easier for us to self-heal as well. Just sending love. Just sending that out now, broadcasting out that love, frequency, and energy. Love, only love, highest frequency, highest vibration. So as you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm also dowsing at the same time. Sending love. Whoa, feeling a lot of energy there. I don't know if you are, Alexandra. Just let us know how you're doing. And so your other family members are on the detox as well. What I'm going to say to you is that, again, make sure you're not corded to them. Because I have a feeling you're corded. You have been corded. Just strengthen them to detox as well. And it's interesting what came up in a call just recently with another practitioner, because we were going down that DNA road, we were talking about DNA, and we were actually talking about the vaccination, and if our family members have been vaccinated and we're not, or how does that work? And on a DNA level, we may be at some level connected to them, as to maybe the detrimental effects from the vaccination, just saying. So just make sure that you clear all the any toxic thoughts or anywhere it could be held within the DNA. So let's just clear anywhere that you've been holding on to their toxic thoughts, toxicity in general. Yeah. Okay, good. I feel that by doing that, I think your detoxing with your homeopathies is going to shorten. And I don't think it's going to be 3 months. So knowing that you are attached to these people, to your family members, is kind of slowing down the process. So continue what you're doing. parasite cleanse. And I work with many, many, many entities. And because the reality is there are entities. I've got a lot of entity stories, but that's something that I do in my one-to-one calls. Also, if there are specific pathogens, I've been trained to test a certain level of pathogens. And really, and what I found is that with the pathogens, it's just so fascinating that there are usually past lifetimes related to this and trauma. So that when I get to the underlying of, well, what is going on? What was the past lifetime? That can many times just neutralize the energy of the existing physical or energetic pathogen. So just throwing that out, because there's so many ways that we can work on an energetic level at a distance, thank goodness. Okay. So Shally, you're feeling a little bit lighter and the fog in forehead is lessened a bit. Awesome. So I think you know where I was going with that earlier today. So that's really good. Now I'm getting tingling in my head again. So yeah. So and Michelle from Calgary. Yeah. So, when we're in bad relationships, it can hold us back, of course. And I'm just going to say to you right now, we just want to strengthen you. And let's just do this for everyone. Let's just strengthen everyone to listen to their intuition. If your intuition is, this isn't working for me, it's affecting me very detrimentally, whatever that is, we have to take care of ourselves. So I want you to be connected to your heart, to your soul. And we're going to strengthen everybody being connected, listening. We're strengthening you to being listening to your intuition. What is your soul asking you to do? What is it the soul requires from you? So I'd like to go into depth with that more with you, Michelle, on that. And you can definitely connect with me later and we can talk about, the marriage and things that have been going on. So let's see here. So May, what is blocking you from physical healing and the brain fog? And I feel this is something that maybe you've been dealing with for a long time, like a very long time, if I'm right with that, like a decades maybe. So let's just see what comes up at this moment. And we're going to be asking the number one area of categories of that could be affecting you from healing. So I'm not getting anything on a physical level that's stopping you. And of course, that's what we want. Like, oh no, it's something physical. That's what's blocking me. I'm not getting that as a priority. So let's just see. I'm actually getting more on a psychological level for you, May. You might say, well, what do you mean on a psychological level? I'm getting that there's I'm getting the words, letters, OCD. I'm hearing obsessive compulsive disorder. And we all have certain degrees of OCD. I certainly do. I have my own thing about the bed, and on both sides, they have to be even in the morning when I make the bed. And if they're not, my little OCD goes, I can't deal with this. I have to make sure they're perfectly even on both sides. So we all have our like OCD, but I'm getting this OCD for you, May, isn't from this lifetime, interestingly. So it's not just that there's some OCD about physically healing, but I'm getting past lifetime. So let's go see what that is. So I'm just asking for assistance from Creator. So what What is it that was blocking May? Oh, I'm just asking for some help here today as to physically healing in this lifetime. Something, okay. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of persecution energies coming up, being persecuted. Of course, probably not a big surprise for most of us. And of course, there's so much persecution energy going on right now. As we know, different parts of the world right now, if you know what I mean. And also, I'm getting that you were just like persecuted and orphaned. It's just like you're on your own. And I'm getting a lot of energy in my head when I say that. I don't know if anybody else is picking up a persecution energy. I think a lot of us have been. I know we have been. Yeah. And maybe that's why we're ultimately survivors, is because we have been orphaned, we have been persecuted, and we just got that, we're survivor instinct in us. This is what I'm getting. We just got, oh no. I mean, really, you go through a lot in life, and yet here we are. And yeah, so again, as I've mentioned, a lot of persecution. And when I check in, I'm getting over 500 lifetimes for you, May, of being persecuted. So the memories are still there. They are in your DNA. They're in your DNA. So let's help release all that persecution energy for all of us in our DNA. We don't need it. Thank you very much. We need to clear it, and so that we can get on with life. We got so much to do, and we need to heal ourselves, and then we can help heal, the world, etc. But only when we are in a better place. So let's go ahead now, and anywhere and everywhere you are holding on to the persecution energy at a DNA level, cellular level, right down to that quantum level, matter to energy, energy to matter. We're asking Creator to go through all those times and places of being persecuted, because God knows, Creator knows when it all happened. And for everyone here, if you feel, do you feel any persecution energy? Is there anywhere in your body you go, oh yeah, maybe in the stomach area, and heart chakra? Like, it'd be interesting, and certainly, post in comments. And then after we're completed this, we'll come back and just see. So, and May, you're saying yes, OCD and persecution energy makes sense. Yeah, because like, why? You just go, okay, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I'm eating this and blah blah blah. So why is this still occurring? Like, we want to know why. Okay, so we're just going to go through now and asking Creator to clear all that persecution energy, all those times and places of being persecuted within all the timelines, in between timelines. So we're asking, please, to jump in, and anywhere that you see this energy, this low vibrational energy, to dissolve it. Dissolve this now. Ashana seyapokoya nanaya yetepakasha soyetai amanahai yeshe anananayo. Apakita cococa get a bococa yeteta. She could get kana shot. She could get to sheety tea. She could get near to a packet of caca. She could step a packet of cocoa. She could shoot a coca. She could she could get she could get she could get a pocket of coca. She could get a pocket of coca. She could get a pocket of coca. A suck yet a coconut. She could get she could Shikara anywhere you have fused to those times and places, direct fusion, is like, this is it. That's the time. That's the time. Asking you to diffuse it now. Ha shanana yabokoka ashadako yetoko ashadata. Shakadika here, shakak ashanata yetoko asatata yetatata. And placing all those times and places and people and situations into a full court of atonement. Asana hiata, abokoka ashata, yetaka ya o yeta panana yakoko ashata. We're asking Creator to send some pure, loving, healing white light and replace all that persecution energy. And Creator, God knows exactly where it was held within all your systems, all your levels. Just filling it up, starting with the top of the crown chakra, filling it up. Ashe sanaya, abokoko sashanaya, alalala yanai pokoya, asishu sanana, all the chakras, but shata, asiyo tokoyana, ashaniya. Okay. You may want a glass of water. I'm going to have a bit of a sip here. Okay. Just want to mention before we continue on, if you are interested in a one-to-one, you can connect with me. There's so many options, whatever works best for you. And connect with me at brendalainoff.com. You can open it up. Oh, pathogen, body code, emotion code, light language. I have a 21-day light language abundant business program, excellent value of 21 light language audios to help you with your business. All you need to do is just listen and listen to one, listen to another one, listen to another one. Take it in 21 days, raising your vibration so that you are attracting that energy, that abundant energy that can get depleted very quickly in these times. And all it takes is like an entity attack, watching the news just lowers our vibration. So we have to be very diligent. So may just feedback. Yeah, persecution, OCD makes sense. Head is tingling. Good. You're welcome. So we have, let's see here. Jo, one last one here. So Jo, I take care of mom since I was 20 and I have a full-time job. Yeah, I hate my job and overloaded at work. Again, that's really listening to your intuition and taking care of you. I know that's got to be difficult if you're taking care of your mom, but you got to be number one or you're not going to be able to take care of anyone, including your mother. That's the truth. And but what I would suggest with you, Jo, is learn some techniques. There's just so many out there. And when you book with me, I worked with so many modalities. I would suggest Jo is doing some good, the emotional freedom technique, which I've been trained in as well. So just learning some good basic EFT to help you that you can do like every single day on your own. Also, I would ask you, or not ask, but suggest, work with the emotion code chart. I've been trained with Dr. Bradley Nelson, certified emotion code body code practitioner for the last, I never can remember the years. It's got to be about 12 to 15 years. Time is just going by. So I would really suggest that just keeping it simple. EFT/emotion code does a lot. Start working on you. And when you get more comfortable with that, then I'm going to suggest, with your mother's approval, you could then start working on her. So I can help work with you. I can test what you're testing. So if you want to jump in and go, yes, I really want to do this. I want to learn how to take care of myself. Could be those few things which are very, very powerful, so you can start going down that path. So, geez, I think that's about it, you guys. I can't think of anything else here at the moment. And so, um, and oh, hi, Susan, as well. So, yeah, um, thank you for joining me. And I'm going to say and leave this with you is that make sure your life force energy is strong. A will to live is strong. And that's so important. And it could be that we're picking up on a collective level, there's no will to live. These times on earth right now, perhaps it's their no will to live, that they don't even maybe realize. A lot of people, I feel, are choosing right now what they want. And maybe not at a conscious level, but they're making a choice. Do I want to be here or do I want to transition? And that is where I believe we are in the world right now. So take care of yourself, learn some skills that you to self-heal, connect with me. And for those that are on the call today, I'm going to say, I'll give you my special until the end of October. So it's regular 120 and I'll bring it to $90. So for 1 hour session, many times what happens in my one-to-one sessions, and this is what you want, if you enjoy the light language, I create a specific audio for you. So maybe it's a light language as a particular Coxsackie pathogen, if that's what comes up. A particular light language to help you as to being open as to relationships. What's blocking you as to a healthy relationship? So just to open it up. And so every time you come to that audio, you've got it in your Dropbox or wherever you keep it, that you can return to this. You're clearing more and more density and opening up to what you really deserve for, abundance and enjoyment of life. So we'll do this again. Thank you for popping in, and we'll catch you here soon. Enjoy. Be strong. We need to support one another. We need communities, and so that we can get through these tumultuous times on Earth. So take care and bye for now.